Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are doing the Friday energy update and reading for the channel. So I am going to go ahead and start by shuffling the energy oracle cards and just seeing what wants to come through. Now, as I was saying that, there was another deck that was really catching my attention. So this is the Lover Oracle, and maybe this is actually where the reading is meant to start. So I'm going to take a few cards from here first. These tend to be really direct, specific love messages. So I'm surprised that we're starting here, but I'm really feeling intuitively pulled to this deck. So I feel like there's something significant for someone listening. And then we will be diving deeper into the messages and clarifying using the energy oracle cards. So if you do want to transmit your energy in a stronger way to the reading so that I can pick up on it more easily and channel more specifically for you here and in future videos, I recommend subscribing to the channel and liking the video. These are forms of energetic transference, so it does tend to help me pick up on your energy. And let's see who wants to connect with you right now. I have a feeling this may be one of those readings where we pull on multiple threads of energy that want to come up. So, of course, always use your intuition. Only take what connects with you here in a personal way. But we have the card, I feel lonely and I don't know where to start. Why can't I tell you the truth? I'm scared of rejection. I can't let go of you. By the way, a lot of these are coming from the bottom of this deck. There was a whole stream of cards that came from the bottom of the deck. And when you pull from the bottom of a deck, of course, this can represent more so what's being hidden, the subconscious mind. So I feel like this person is really in their head, but I am getting that these messages are not being stated aloud or directly to you. However, the reason it's coming up in your reading is you seem to be sensing it. This person is feeling really lonely, but I'm getting this doesn't really have to do with the people around them because they may actually have quite a few people around them. It doesn't really matter what they're doing physically. I'm hearing something about nights. This person may either work a night shift or they tend to be a night owl or stay up really late at night. Maybe I'm describing you. There's just a lot of nighttime energy around them or this connection. Maybe that even represents you connecting with them, meaning maybe there's something about nighttime that is significant generally to your past with this person or your connection. I just keep seeing darkness outside, but of course that could also represent this person's mental state. With hostilities in the reverse position, and then attachment and patience as well. Okay, so this is someone who is coming to terms with the truth of something that they weren't willing to face in the past. This is someone coming to peace with something about a person around them, about their life. And I'm getting this has something to do with either their emotions for something or someone, or some kind of emotional connection. This has the feeling of someone who's been lying to themselves for a really long time, who is now realizing the truth and unable to ignore the truth. But although there's a lot of loneliness here, a lot of heavy energy here, it also seems to be leading to a great deal of spiritual expansion with the World card coming up here as well. I'm hearing that this person is evolving very quickly in a spiritual sense, and it's because they are reconnecting to their own emotions and to the truth that they tried to shove down by emotionally disconnecting. I'm hearing this has been a long time coming. So this may be someone from your past a while ago. This could be someone that the word delayed is coming up. Maybe you've sensed them energetically, but it feels like connecting with them keeps getting pushed further and further down the line. For some reason, I heard canceled plans. I don't know if the two of you made plans and then someone canceled or something along those lines. But I'm just picking up that this person's loneliness is actually transforming them, because in this, I'm hearing isolation tank. It's like the divine has put them in an isolation tank. I know that some of you have probably been in one of those kinds of tanks that can be very meditative. I believe they usually have some form of salt in them, and you kind of just allow yourself to float in the solution. And sometimes you can meditate or hear audio while you're doing it, but it's meant to disconnect you from your physical senses so much so that you're actually able to deeply relax and, in a spiritual sense, reconnect with your soul, with your inner self, with the you that exists beyond all of the physical senses. And so metaphorically, I feel like Spirit has put this person in an isolation tank where they aren't able to experience life or connection or the world physically in the same way that they used to. Maybe it's just that things don't feel as exciting or fun to them that used to distract them from their emotions, so they aren't even participating in those things anymore. Maybe it's that they actually lost certain friendships or relationships in their life, or a job or something like that. I just feel like in some sense they've been put in this spiritual isolation tank, which is forcing them to reconnect with themselves. And this is actually causing this, I'm hearing, a faster spiritual expansion than is typical. Like, you might even be surprised to know how much this person is growing and expanding spiritually through this isolation that they're currently going through. But I also get that while it's been necessary on some spiritual level, this has been really painful for them. But I'm getting this strange message that there's almost this feeling of gratification in the pain. It's almost healing as well, because I'm hearing they almost let themselves sit in the pain that they feel around a past regret with you or the past with you, because I know this sounds strange, but they're almost feeling like that pain feels good because at least they're feeling something. And I'm getting that this is someone who was numb for so long that they're almost enjoying how deeply you're making them feel, even if it's bringing up a lot of emotions that may be labeled as negative, like regret is coming through very, very strongly here. This is someone who feels like there's this huge weight on their chest. There's something big that they want to communicate, but it's almost like they're searching for how to even open that conversation. It feels like what they want to say to you is so big that they don't really know how to open that door in any kind of a natural sense. And there's also this fear that however they choose to open that door, you're going to somehow reject them, or I'm hearing be scared off by how much they're feeling here. This person hasn't learned to trust what they're feeling for you is reciprocated, because this is someone who's been mostly driven by the logical mind. So they don't fully comprehend yet that when they're feeling something for you, they're actually picking up on a deeper soul bond between the two of you, that there is a level of energetic transference taking place between the two of you, that it's not one-sided. I'm getting even for you, there's been times where you've doubted whether your feelings or thoughts towards this person are reciprocated, whether it is one-sided. It's almost like you're both on a different side of this, wondering maybe there's a geographical distance, because I heard different sides of the world. I saw a river for someone as well. Maybe you're disconnected by water, so maybe there's an ocean between you or something. But what I'm getting is it's almost like you've both had the same doubts at times. So it's almost like you've both wondered, did this person feel it too? Or do they feel the way I feel about them? Or is this just one-sided? And it's almost cosmically a little bit funny, because there's this irony where you're both wondering if it's one-sided. You're both afraid that the other person doesn't feel the same way, but those feelings are exactly mirrored and exactly mutual. Now, I do get that you are more intuitive in this connection, so you most likely do have some intuitive sense deep down that this is mirrored, that this is mutual. But even for you, those doubts might surface from time to time. So maybe this is a sign of confirmation for you as well, that if you ever start to feel those doubts come up, you can trust that this is not a one-sided connection. So I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle the energy oracle cards. And you know what? I'm going to reshuffle all of the other cards as well, the specific messages, except I don't know where to start, and why can't I tell you the truth? Because I want to dive really deep into this and figure out what this person wants to say to you. So let's start with the What's the Vibe deck. I saw something about coffee. Maybe the two of you have gotten coffee together, or that's some way that you've connected or bonded in the past. Okay, I saw a gold chain necklace as well. Suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. I'm hearing right outside of a door that won't open, or that they won't open. It's like this person is standing outside of the door to connecting with you, but they're not even knocking on it. They're just almost like leaning up against it or standing there right outside of a door. I'm hearing that needs to swing one way. It's interesting. It's almost like the door can only open one way spiritually. I mean, yes, you could reach out to this person, but I'm getting your intuition has blocked you from doing that for a reason, because this person is actually, for some reason, meant to be the one to reach out to you. And I feel you've sensed that on a deeper intuitive level, and they've sensed that as well, that they have to be the one to open the door here, but they're just kind of standing outside of it. With the card, recharge, breathe, let go, clear your mind. This person is definitely in a state of feeling like they need that recharge to kind of recalibrate, because there's been a lot of heavy truth creating chaos in their life, is what I'm picking up on here. We also have the card stagnant, stuck, dead-end, frozen, paranoid, cautious, insecure, guarded, and glow up. With the card suffering in silence, I feel that this person I'm getting has not spoken about their feelings for you to anyone. And the reason I equate their feelings for you with suffering, or this suffering in silence, is just because it's agony for them, realizing how deeply they feel for you, and also feeling like they almost can't do anything about it. Or like, I keep getting the feeling, I know that this is so strange, but it's almost like, you know how sometimes in movies, someone is watching, like they're time traveling and watching a past version of themselves do something. I'm not sure what specific movie I'm pulling from, or maybe I'm just coming up with this, but I feel like this was in a movie. You can let me know in the comments if this is from some kind of movie, but I feel that it's like that scenario of someone time traveling and they can see their past, but they can't interact with it. And in this case, they're watching themselves meeting you, connecting with you, having these windows of opportunity to be honest with you, or to make a move, or to move things forward. And they're watching their past self choose not to, and they're screaming at their past self, like they're suffering, watching that. It's almost like they're watching their past with you through a new lens now. But time-wise, they're totally disconnected from it. And they can't change the past, but this is actually meant to be pushing them to change themselves, to change now. And I'm hearing it's not too late. I mean, of course, only you can decide whether it is too late for this person to actually re-enter your life. But of course, it's not too late for them to change themselves, or to change their own trajectory in life. And in some cases, maybe even when it comes to you, maybe in some cases you would be open to a reconnection with this person in some form. But regardless, it's like what they're seeing through the past is meant to change them in the present and their future trajectory. But it's also bringing up a lot of suffering, a lot of regrets, a lot of wishing that they hadn't been so ignorant to something is what I'm getting. Ignorant, I'm hearing, to their own feelings. Like they knew what this was, they felt it, they had an opportunity to act on it, but they were emotionally self-disconnecting at the time. And I feel this is because they mistakenly believed that, I'm hearing, these feelings are destructive. Maybe they felt that their feelings for you would be too destructive. Maybe if they were to express those feelings, they knew it would create some kind of conflict or chaos or upheaval for the two of you. And so they chose to stay silent, thinking that they could bury these destructive feelings. But now they feel like they can't hold back anymore. And with the cards stagnant and glow up, I'm getting that it's like they've stayed stuck. Like part of them has always stayed stuck in the past, but you've gone through this glow up and they're seeing you having glowed up in this massive way, in a way that I'm hearing your energy shows on you visibly. So it's like the glow up you've gone through has actually been energetic and spiritual, but it's visible as well. It's manifesting physically. Now, for a while, it may have not manifested physically. You may have been the only one aware of how much you were growing and evolving and changing. But I'm getting that now it's becoming increasingly visible to other people in the physical world as well, including this person. With the card Paranoid, this is really interesting. I'm just getting them really stuck in their head, really overthinking how they're going to approach you. With stagnant here as well, this is how they're perceiving themselves. They perceive you as having been this glow up card and themselves as being stagnant. This person may have a dog because there's dog energy coming up here. The reason they feel stagnant is because with Wheel of Fortune reversed, they felt very out of control in their life. They've felt as though things have taken some kind of downturn in their life, like they've been backed into a corner, like they've completely lost control. For some reason, I'm getting that when the two of you were more connected, things may have been going better for this person, either financially, career-wise, in their life generally. And they may not have realized this, but I feel, and even you may not have realized this, but I feel like your connection to this person, even if it was very seemingly small in the physical world, yes, there's that deeper spiritual connection, but in the physical world, this may have seemed like a relatively small connection in some cases. But regardless, your energetic connection to this person actually benefited them. It helped them to experience a lot of positive effects in their work, in their finances, that they may not have ever even thought to attribute to your presence in their life. But once you disconnected from them, they noticed many things in their life beginning to take a downturn. And I feel like now this has created a lot of upheaval. It's really caused their confidence to take a hit as well. This person may be considering moving locations, moving to a new home space, whatever that is for them. With the Magician card as well. Yeah, I actually feel that this is all part of that isolation tank. Like even these negative circumstances in their life have been meant to push them deeper within themselves, to put them in that spiritual isolation tank where they could really connect with, I'm hearing, what truly matters, with their soul, with their inner self, with who they are, when all of those layers are stripped back. This is really some form of dark night of the soul taking place here, which of course is a natural part of this person's spiritual awakening process, and most likely something that you went through at some point in your own life as well. I feel like this person is almost accidentally tapping into some of their own manifesting power or their spiritual self, their spiritual power, because they're feeling all out of options. They feel like life has them backed into a corner. So they're using daydreams to escape their current reality, not realizing that this daydreaming, it's almost like a form of accidental meditation where they're beginning to wander mentally to these thoughts of you in the past. And it's almost like they are spiritually calling out for you or connecting with you through these daydreams, almost in this way that wasn't intentional, but nonetheless, it's happened because these negative circumstances in their physical life have pushed them to find ways mentally to kind of escape that reality. And what they don't realize is those mental escapes, those daydreams are more real than they know. That is them tapping into their spirit, and it's naturally connecting them with you. I'm hearing replaying. So this person may spend a lot of time replaying past events, past conversations. And I'm also hearing thinking about things they haven't thought about in a really long time. So a lot of these events or things, it's like they actively tried not to think about or to push down for a while, but they're all coming to the surface here. I got the name Morgan for someone. Also the letter initials TREVSI. Those could be in someone's name here. I said earlier that this person has most likely not spoken about you to anyone, but I've been picking up in the quantum field that this isn't entirely true because I'm getting so many chills here, but I'm getting that there's one friend that they actually do speak about you to. For some reason, I heard a man saying, or a male voice saying, I don't know, man, like, I don't know what's going on with this person, with this woman, of course, you can flip the genders here, but I'm just so clearly hearing someone talking to a male friend saying, I don't know what's going on here, man. I just can't stop thinking about her. And of course, this could be reversed, but I rarely get a verbatim statement, but that's exactly what I'm getting from this person. So maybe that literally wanted to come out for someone. Maybe someone actually really felt their person's actual voice in that specific statement. Maybe that's kind of how they would talk to this friend. And I feel like this friend, I keep seeing someone with facial hair and kind of messy brown hair as well, whether that's the friend or this person, like longish brown hair or a little bit longer, medium length maybe. I'm not sure why I'm getting this. Yeah, that might connect with someone specifically. With the action card though, I'm hearing this friend say, you have to do something about this. You have to do something. I'm hearing go after her or go after him. Again, use whatever genders apply here. But I feel like this friend is pushing them to take action, but they feel like, I'm hearing bad advice. They feel like it's bad advice because they feel like they're going to get rejected. There is that fear here. And yet, I feel like this friend senses like, you've never talked this way about anyone, or you've never felt this way about anyone. And I'm hearing them say in response, like, I know, isn't it crazy? I don't know why I'm like getting this full conversation here. I don't think this has ever happened before on the channel where I'm like hearing this back and forth conversation between this person and their friends. So let me know in the comments if this seems to be at all loosely connecting to your person and to potentially one of their friends. But I'm just getting that with the yin yang card. Yeah, this is my soul connection card. So I feel like the friend is saying like, there's something going on here. Like this friend may be more spiritual than you may know if you've met the friend or you kind of know who this is. Or maybe the connection between the two of you is just so strong that even their good friend like picks up that there's something strange going on here, something deeper. But I'm just hearing them say, like, I'm hearing talk sense into them. Like they're trying to talk sense into this person, telling them you have to take action because this is your person. This has never happened to you before. It will probably never happen again. You have to take this opportunity. But again, they're kind of resisting this friend's advice. Can I get any more information on what this friend is saying to them? Yeah, they're saying this is a spiritual connection or a soul connection, or if they wouldn't use those words, they're saying there is something deeper going on here. This is destined. This is fate. You have to do something about this with the crown chakra card in the upright position. I'm also getting that there's just, I feel like this person has an admiration and a respect for you that they don't have or haven't had for anyone else that they've connected with romantically, or even if they're currently connected with someone romantically. I hate to say it, but if they are in a current romantic connection, they do not have true, deep admiration and respect for this person. And in fact, that's probably what made them feel more comfortable in that relationship or connection. Again, that won't be for everyone. And I hate to even say that, but it's just what I'm picking up on the energy that this person respects you and admires you to such a great degree. But I'm also hearing they see some of themselves in you and you see some of yourself in them. I'm talking at like the higher level, so not so much your lower selves, but your higher selves. Like when you imagine you at your best, you really see some of those attributes in this person when they're at their best, and vice versa. I'm also hearing something about humor or laughter. So maybe you and this person have shared humor, or you would laugh together a lot when you were together. I'm hearing the more you glow up, the more this person recognizes you. And what I mean by that is you've been going through this major glow up recently, and we discussed that and how this person is aware of it. But I'm just getting like the more you do that, the more you empower yourself spiritually, the more you focus on yourself. Well, what I actually got in meditation today that now seems to be tying in is the more you focus on yourself, the more this person can't help but focus on you. It's like the more you turn your attention inward and glow up from the inside out, the more this person seems to be magnetized towards you in this irresistible way. And I expect that to continue, by the way, as long as you keep focusing within yourself in the way you've been doing. I expect this trend of energy to continue until they break contact, until they finally, or break silence, I should say, finally make some kind of contact towards you if they haven't yet. For some of you, this person may have already reached out for this reason. I feel like you've been sensing all of this happening, but again, the key is here for you to really stay in your power, for you to keep focusing on yourself as much as you can, because that seems to be highly magnetic to this person in the quantum field. It seems to be pulling them towards contacting you. So I am going to be continuing this in the extended version of the reading. If you are part of YouTube memberships, then you can listen using the YouTube membership link. If you're on Patreon, you can listen using the Patreon link, and both of those will be in the description box and pinned comment underneath the video. In the Patreon and YouTube members reading, we will be going deeper into how this person is thinking and feeling about you, any way that they may be moving forward, anything else in their energy, and of course, any other messages that your higher self, your spirit guides, whatever spiritual forces you connect with, want to bring through for you personally. So again, the link to that extended reading is under the video if this has been connecting and you do want to go deeper with the messages. But otherwise, I'm going to close here with a few final messages from this person for those of you who are leaving this reading here. Okay, we have deception, free will, travel. I feel like this person used their free will in the human realm to try deceiving themselves out of what they were feeling for you. I'm hearing delusional. Maybe they told themselves it was just delusional, it was illogical. And I'm hearing they went on some kind of side quest or side trip, like they veered off this pathway that you were walking together, or this timeline you were meant to experience together. They kind of veered off of that onto some different pathway. And to be honest, that's part of why they've been feeling so lonely, because the way they veered off onto that different timeline, it's very dissonant to their soul. And I feel for many of them, it's gotten them into some karmic entanglements that have felt like strangers to them on a deeper level, even if this is someone that they ended up in a relationship with or connected to romantically or as a group of friends or a workplace environment. I feel like they ended up in entangling situations long-term in their life that felt not like home to them, that felt almost strange to them, but they were able to convince themselves into those karmic entanglements because they were emotionally self-disconnecting and deceiving themselves. But now that this emotional reconnection is happening within this person, they are seeing the truth. Yeah, they are rising above here. And while it's been a painful rebirth for them, it's also been deeply healing as well. So Can I get any final messages for all of the beautiful people tuned into today's reading? Interesting. So now I'm getting a bunch of cards. This won't be for everyone, but wow. Okay. If this person had someone around them romantically that they were connecting with, that they kind of entangled themselves with, I don't think this happens often where I'm getting actual message cards. It's like what they're thinking or saying to this karmic person. But if that's relevant for you, I'm getting the cards, I can't make you happy. I can't talk to you right now. Don't treat me the way you do. I don't deserve it. And also don't wait for me, please. So I have to say that as they're rising above this energy of self-deception and they're seeing the truth about some of these karmic entanglements around them, I feel like there may have been, again, only for those of you who know this person is connecting with someone else karmically in a romantic sense, I feel like they find themselves unable to even hold a conversation with this person because they feel on this totally different wavelength or frequency. It's like energetically, they've already risen above this connection, and soon that will show physically as well. I feel like there would be a physical disconnection, or for some of them, there already is. I feel like the process of that is happening because they've already energetically disconnected from that. I'm also getting that if this was a person that they never really felt saw them or treated them with kindness or respect, because this was a very karmic connection. I'm also hearing toxic. It may have been a very toxic and argumentative connection as well. They're finally, as they rise above this, realizing that they want better for themselves in their lives, that they want someone who truly makes them happy and sees them, and where there is that mutual bond of respect, which quite frankly, they always felt with you. And they know that they can't make this other person happy because they're no longer deceiving themselves, and they realize that there is no deeper connection there for them, that their heart is really still with you on this other timeline. And they really seem to be rising to that energetically. And again, I see that showing physically soon as well. So I know that was just a bit of an end side message for someone that might just be a very specific message that won't be for everyone. But I really hope this reading connected for whoever it was meant for. If anything here resonated, I would love to hear from you in the comments. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like more updates on this energy or other things going on potentially in your life in the future. I have been posting videos lately on a daily basis, so I'm really excited to keep sharing with all of you and growing on this journey together. And thank you for being part of that. I hope you have an amazing remainder of your day and weekend. I will leave a link to the extended reading under this video, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading.